Alright, here are the credits. Now I'd like to make my shout out to my subscribers. I was trying to, this is kind of my shout out to the stragglers that, uh, sub, subscribed as soon as I, finished my, Shadow Hearts from the New World walkthrough, plus some of the ones that seem to have escaped my sonar because my subscriptions page was actually a bit unreliable and I had to rely mostly on my email. So this is a few of the ones that I would like to mention. Tobias Ellison, Mr. Mega Steven 24, The Shade Shadow, Mr. Zebra Gamer, and Sonata Pop. I also like to thank all my other subscribers that applied or subscribed a long time ago, much earlier than this playthrough. And thanks for sticking around with me. Okay. Valkyrie Profile 2 is okay. It's not. The battle mechanics are actually really fun. That's what's really good about it. But there are some other problems too. The story is somewhat okay. The dubbing isn't. So that's the problem with this game. The dubbing isn't so good. Plus, some of the things were actually problematic. Plus, there isn't exactly a lot of subtlety, and there's some really useless explanations that I didn't think would have been necessary because, after all, people who have played the first Valkyrie profile would have definitely played the second, and if you explained some of the same details to the same people, it might get boring. Other than that, so far I mentioned the dubbing. The subtlety is gone, especially with Leone. The only person who is who is the most subtle of all the people that were hiding secrets was Dylan, who turned out to be Bronze. Because, after all, there wasn't exactly anything that really betrayed him to say that he was Bronze. No camera focusing on him whatsoever. Whereas in the case of Leone, Lezard, Rufus, they were not as subtle. So, I'm trying to figure out what games I'm going to play next. I'm trying to get a hold of Samus Rising to ask if he has played Baroque, so I can give it a try because I've heard it was a hardcore dungeon crawler, but I don't know if it's going to be as hardcore as, say, Oblivion in dungeon crawling, or if it's just as hardcore as Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. So I have yet to figure that one out. I may give it a try, however. Then there's Beyond Good and Evil, which I heard was okay. There is a bit of stealth in there, but I'm not sure how stealthy I can be, which is why I'm not exactly as confident in Metal Gear Solid. Plus, there's Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, which I would have finished earlier, except I lost interest, sadly, because I had other things to handle, especially Valkyrie Profile, this playthrough. So, I may resume Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. The reason I was playing that game is because I want to figure out how good the game is in comparison to the movie, but the movie has been released in May, I think? So, I think if it's available anytime soon, it's probably going to be on DVD, probably sometime in fall, probably close to Christmas. Okay, now, as this finishes, as you can see, this soul thing that basically faded up now dissipates into 4 souls. Purple being Christ, orange being Silmeria, and blue being Lenneth, and the white one being Alicia. Now the next part is Epilogue Part 2, and from what 7th Radiance told me, there should be a scene where there's a young, child Lezard reading a book. So let's see. But I sincerely apologize, I also missed the quotes at the very ending, because I only beat this game once, and I didn't exactly remember what was after this, so I think it was something about fates, and then there he is. Wow, that was easy. But I think it had something to do with the first Valkyrie profile, because after all, Lenneth is going to be reincarnated and become the next Valkyrie. I didn't really understand if Rufus merged with Odin yet, or if he's become a god or not. But as you can see, as he's completely ageless, Alicia's still a young girl. So this finishes Valkyrie Profile 2 Silmeria. I'm glad you enjoyed watching this, and let me know what you want to see as far as games are concerned. So thank you, and I'll see you later.